Hi Stampers, it's Linda Schmidt with Stampin' with the Hounds. I have another fun technique to show you today and also showing off our new glow-in-the-dark paper. So I'm going to shut off my lights here just so you can kind of see how cool this paper is when it glows in the dark. So there's the full sheet. This is a 6x6 sheet of paper. And then here's the cards where I've die cut. So you can kind of see now, you can see the moon, and you can also see the fireworks. And when I open up the card, maybe that one won't show up. But there's that one. So kind of fun. Okay, let's turn the lights back on. Okay, so this technique that I'm going to be showing you, it's been around for quite a while, and I made this like years and years and years ago. But I'm calling it kind of the pop-up kind of floating card. So it's basically a little window sheet, and you just pick an image that you want to kind of pop up. And so on this one, I'm featuring the winter owls again. The aspen tree die, and then I just die cut that glow-in-the-dark paper with just a circle die. And then the stargazing DSP is what, or the designer series paper is what I call that, DSP, works perfectly for this technique too, because it kind of already has that really cool starry kind of galaxy sky in there. And then the cute little owl in the tree, love it, love it. But so this is what I would call the portrait style. So it's going to be two pieces of paper that we're going to stick together to make that pop up. And then this is the first one I did. So this one doesn't have any glow in the dark, but it's still that winter owl. And I did the forever or fragrant forest background stamp. And again, on this one, I've got my owl flying again. And then I always like to kind of do that background just to kind of continue the scenery. And so again, that's that fragrant forest background. And then I just did the birthday. So kind of a fun one there. And then this one is the what I call the landscape one. So it opens up this way instead. And so this one, I will give you the dimensions for both of these. I'm only going to be doing the one today, but just to kind of show you. And this one I did the new, oh my gosh, what is this now? It is the Light Up the Sky, and then the trees, a forever forest. So that's where I got the mountain and the trees. And then the Light Up the Sky is the fireworks set, and then it's got the coordinating dies with it. So those are all in the mini catalog as well. So that's kind of fun. And then you open it up, and I've got my fireworks. And then I did do a little bit of embossing. I die cut, and then this is going to be the glow in the dark paper here and here. And then I've got, and here too. And then I did take a picture of it, and it turned out, you can see it, but it was kind of harder to do it on the video. And then there's my little firework that kind of comes up. So the ideas for whatever you want to float or pop up is endless. I mean, there's so many different ideas you can do. So we're going to get started. We're going to do a version of this one. So again, this is that portrait one where it's opening up this way. And this, what you'll need is, for the card base, it's going to be 2 pieces of cardstock, and these are cut at 4 1/4 by 6 1/8. And then you're going to score at 5 1/2 to make that little mark. And then these 2 pieces basically get put together to make that the book. Okay. So again, 2 pieces, 4 1/4 by 6 1/8. And then this will be for the inside cardstock. So you've got my inside piece, and that's just your standard 4 by 5 1/4. And so my colors I'm using, this was Pebbled Path, and then this is Fresh Freesia. Your inside DSP, and this is going to be what's going on the top part, because it needs to be a little bit thinner so your card isn't too bulky. Again, that's 4 by 5 1/4, and again, this is that stargazing designer series paper. So it already has that kind of galaxy starlight sky. And then for my tree, the aspen tree, so this is still going to be 4 by 5 1/4, and I already took the aspen die and I die cut it. And then for the DSP, because this is really, really close to the edge, your designer series paper is just going to be a titch smaller. So it's going to be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So just a hair smaller so that it fits right behind that die. So you can see it's just really narrow, pretty border. And then that's kind of where you get that really neat sky. Cool, cool. Love it, love it. All right, and then my other pieces that I've got, I've already die cut my tree. For this is going to be for the inside. And what's nice, when you are die cutting the tree, it's going to cut out, you're going to get the tree itself, and then you're also going to get this inside piece. So if you're cutting a bunch of trees, just keep these, because then I like to kind of coordinate. So then I've got my little contrast on the inside of the tree. So keep those pieces as you're die cutting. And then I've got my glow in the dark circle. And I cut another one just because I wasn't sure if I was going to need it or not. And then for my owl, I've already cut him out just to save on time. So I just did some metallic paper, I had scraps sitting at my desk. Oh, this is like a bronze kind of metallic for his wings. And then I did, did I do pebbled? No, this was, I think, basic gray? No, this is Pebble Path, sorry. So I die cut one and I poked out all the little holes. Then what I did is I took a piece of white cardstock and then I put our adhesive sheet on the back. I then die cut my owl out. And as I die cut it, because I want to keep all these little pieces stuck down, because I'm going to layer this over and I want that white showing through. So that's just a little tip to use if you want to make sure you're keeping all those little die cut pieces in the die. Use a sticker sheet when you're running it through on the cardstock. So it's cardstock and then the sticker sheet's right behind it. So that'll just get layered together. And then I also, we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and then I always cut one more piece of whatever you're having on the pop-up. I do either colored cardstock or the same color, you know, whatever, but this is white. And so I just did the, I think it's gray granite on there. And that's where we're going to put that little window sheet. It goes in between those two pieces of paper just to kind of help keep it, you know, stability and stuff. And then your window sheet, I do love the Stampin' Up! Window sheets. They're nice and they've got a little bit of thickness to them. So it's great for these kind of cards. I don't know if you can see this. So this one is about 1/2 inch. And the length, you know, you can just, you know, depending on what your image is, I think I'm usually around 2 3/4 to 3. But again, it's just kind of based on, but the 1/2 inch is what I really think is a good width for it. So I need to put that somewhere where I won't lose it. All right, so we'll put my sticky note back on there. So we're gonna get started. So let's do our stamping. We'll get this out of the way. All right, so for my flying bird on the inside, I'm going to, this has already got, this is the white cardstock and I already have my sticker sheet behind here. So I'm just going to stamp my owl in Early Espresso. Yeah, I spent the other day cleaning my stamp room and reorganizing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't forget where I put some things. So, all right, so this will be for my bird on the inside. So I'm just using the Early Espresso, and I should be able to fit him on here. Yeah, make sure I'm on the cardstock side. Okay. And then I'm also going to stamp one more, because this is the one I want for the inside of my tree. So this is just normal cardstock. I'll just glue this one down, but I just want to stamp them. All right, and then we'll just do some quick coloring. So I did a combination of, what do I have here? I've got some gray granite, light and dark. I've got Pebbled Path. I've got Lemon Lolly. And I think this is my Pecan Pie. I've got light and dark on there. So light and dark. I think I want to keep the light on these. Okay, so we're going to start with a little bit of the light Pebbled Path. And I like just to kind of go through and shade. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with the pebbled. I'm going to do the Pecan Pie first, because I'm just kind of filling in a little bit of the brown. And I'm just scribbling. Scribble and blend. This is just little accent colors. Okay, and then on this one, let's do a little bit. And then starting tomorrow, October 9th, 2023, we do have free shipping. So in the US, it's $75 or more. You can get free shipping. So that's kind of a nice deal. And let's see here, I've got gray granite. I think I'm actually going to do, yeah, I think I want. So this is the light gray granite that I'm going to do. And this one I'm just going to do more of just a little bit of shadowing. Some of this is hidden. When he gets stuck in the tree, you really don't see it. And then if it pops out, I might try just a little bit of his eyes. This is that Lemon Lolly, just to give him a little bit of the glow. All right, and then we're going to die cut this out. So I already did one extra one. This is what I'm going to put behind when I put it together. So let's get out our die cutting machine. Get this out of the way. This is a little mini Stampin' cut. So we'll do this one first, because I don't know if I can fit both of these on here. Well, maybe they will. Let me just turn this. Okay. All right, and then my dies are here. So we're going to be using the flying one and the one that goes in the tree. Before I put these on, I'm just going to tape them down so they don't shift, and I'm just using some low tack tape just to hold these in place. Okay, and we'll put this on. So there's that one die cut out. Okay, and let's go back. We're done with the die cutting. Okay, so now let's put the card together. Oh, before I do that, let me put this one together here. So again, I'm going to assemble my owl. So again, this is one that's got that sticker sheet. I'm going to leave it. This is a sticker part. So I'm just going to glue my Pebbled Path one onto the white. And again, on this Pebbled Path one, I poked out all the holes because I want the white then to show underneath. There we go. Just layer that on top. So I now see my white showing through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Stampin' Blend and I'm just going to color his eye so that it's yellow. And this is that Lemon Lolly. And then I'll do, I think this is out of the neutrals. Yep, 100, which is that really dark brown for his beak. There's that. And then we're going to add his wings. So now since I've got that sticker sheet, oops, let's see, I need my, I'm just going to lift up part of this. Oops, and make sure I don't lose my eye. So now this is all the sticker sheet behind. And I'm just going to take, this is where it's just kind of eyeballing it. Just put that behind. Then I'm just going to hold this back down just until I'm ready to put it onto my card. So again, we're just going to lift up the back of that sticker sheet. This is where your pick tool comes in handy, just to help adhere his feathers. So I just kind of line up that top one with the edge of his top wing there. And that way that's attached behind. And then I'm just going to close this down until I'm ready to attach him to the front of the card. All right, so those are the stamping and the die cut pieces. We'll just set those aside for now. All right, so now we're going to do actually let's get the technique going here. Okay, so you are going to take those two pieces of cardstock that were 4 1/4 by 6 1/8, and we are going to score. So this is a 4 1/4. This was the 6 1/8. I want to have it on that 6 1/8 side because I'm going to be scoring at 5 1/2 here. Oops, I need my. So we're going to score at 5 1/2. And we'll do the same thing on the other one. 5 1/2. And that's all the scoring. So then these two pieces then become your top and bottom. Okay, so we're going to start with the top card. So this is going to be, I'm going to start and fold on these 1/2 inch lines. And This one is, so we're working from the inside, and you can start either way. I'm just going to do the inside here first. So this was my inside piece of designer series paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And that can just be adhered to the inside of the card. You can do cardstock here, but again, it will add a little bit of bulk to your card, so just kind of keep that in mind. That's why the designer series paper, it's just a little bit thinner, so if you're adding these double layers, it doesn't bulk up your card as much. Oops, let's see here. Oh, I had cataract surgery, and so I can see long distance, but up close I have to wear these cheaters, and I just don't like. Oh, I struggle with these things. I can't wait to actually get an actual eye prescription just so I can wear some decent glasses. Okay, so bear with me here. Ah, the struggle is real. Okay. All right, so that's the inside, and then we're going to score again on this one. So then these two pieces get glued together. So now this is my inside of my card. So this was where that 4 1/4, your cardstock. I'm just going to attach this. If you want to stamp on it, you certainly can. You can do that. I'm just going to leave it blank for now because I'm going to be doing my die cutting on the inside here with the tree. So I can take my little owl, and I've got my little inside piece here. So I'm going to go ahead first and kind of position. I'm going to put my tape on the back of this. Actually, I'm going to do glue so that I can move around. Wiggle. I got wiggle room with the glue. Okay. All right, so we'll put our tree in here. And then I'm not going to press down too hard because I want to go ahead and glue my owl. I'm going to wedge him in here, kind of tucked under. So he's sitting inside the tree. Oh, actually, before I do that, I need to put this one down. Sorry. My inside piece. This is the one that when you die cut it, it just pops out. And so I just had cut, I keep all my pieces as I'm die cutting. So this was just a gray that I had left over from another die cut. Okay, now I can wedge my little guy in here. So just kind of tuck them like so. And then that's all glued down. Okay, so that's my inside. And then I'm going to go ahead and add, I like to use the tear and tape. Just because it's a super strong adhesive. All right. And then this will be my other one. So I can go ahead, oh, I already glued that down. So I'm going to put my other tear and tape on this one. Just so that these two pieces then will be butt up against each other. All right, so we want to have our owl. So now this is where we've got our piece that we stamped and die cut. And then this is just one that I just die cut because that's going to go in the back. And then we're going to take our window sheet and it's going to get wedged in between. So we make a little sandwich. And that just gives it a little bit more support too when you're doing it. All right, so I'm just going to do for that glue dot on this plastic. So I'm putting one on each side, basically. And then this is where I just kind of play around. So I just hold it up together. So I haven't removed my tape yet. I'm just keeping it in place. Or just holding it, and then I'm just going to position this where I think I want it. So I think right about there. So then I'm just going to, oh yeah, I got to take the sticker off this. I forgot I did that. So this one's got the sticker on the back. So I really didn't need to do that glue dot. But if you didn't do a sticker, then that's why I kind of did the glue dot there. All right, so this is going to take off, make that sticker. So keeping that together, just kind of holding this. And we'll put it right about there. And then now, because I've got that sticker, all this whole backside is a sticker, I then can just attach my backing. And then this is where I make that sandwich. So that little window strip is in between these two pieces of cardstock. Okay, and then this is where you can go ahead and peel off your tear and tape. And then again, I'm just kind of, so you're going to wedge this bottom part just so that it's right above that edge of the cardstock, because you don't want it impeding with and then sticking out, you know, but the back side. So just have it just right above that score line. And then that'll be wedged in there. And then what I was kind of playing around with, because when I first did this, I had these put together and then they weren't, they were on crooked. So this is where you want to be careful. So I'm kind of working where this is, my tape is back here, but I want to make sure that these pieces here are flush. So that my card isn't opening crooked. And then just take your bone folder and press it. And then this way, now you've got, your card is at least even. There's a little bit of layering here, but that I would rather have it there than with the card being cockeyed. So, all right. So that is the pop-up. Isn't that fun? Super cool. All right. And then I think I will, I've got this little, I think I've got this little piece here. I'm just going to go ahead. This is the glow in the dark paper. I just had this little circle left over. This comes out of the die set. This is that little circle for the moon. So we'll just go ahead and we'll just put our moon over here. So when it opens up the card, it'll kind of glow. All right, now let's do our front. Okay, so the front piece, we're just going to take and attach that designer series paper behind. And this is going to be pretty narrow. So I'm just where this is the liquid glue comes in really handy. Anything with a fine tip. And then you're just gluing all over. And then I find it easier if you just work from the back side when you go to attach this. So knowing that this is my top, I'm going to go ahead and attach this working from behind so that I can kind of see that little 1/8 inch border going all the way around. So that's that. So really, you don't even really need anything. And then, oh my gosh, I forgot to put my moon in. So I think I can still, yeah, I can still wedge it in there. So the glory of liquid glue, you've got a little bit of wiggle time. So we're just going to tuck that in. Glue that. And then for my owl, I'm going to pop him up with some dimensionals. We'll glue this. Actually, I can just tape this down. So I did Pebbled Path, and then the my tree here is on Blackberry Bliss. All right, and then we will take our little dimensionals and just, oh, actually I won't because I did this as a sticker. So we'll take this off. So now we remove the back of the sticker. So you see all my little white pieces are held in place so that they still kind of show through on my owl. And then we'll just attach. Oh, well, let's do right about there. All right, so that is the floating pop-up inside card with winter owls. So super fun. I'd love to see your creations, and also kind of with that glow-in-the-dark paper again. So we'll kind of real quick do a see these in action. And they're glowing. Fun. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I truly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and I will stamp again with you soon. Bye-bye.